Adult friendships, are they worth exploring or should we just stick to our circle of friends? In today's episode of the You, Me, and Jesus podcast, we're going to talk about adult friendships and what we should do while we're in this stage of life. So welcome back to another episode of the You, Me, and Jesus podcast. Today we're having a conversation all about adult friendships. And what I mean by adult friendships is that obviously you're over 18. If you're listening to this or watching this on the channel, you're probably in your late 20s, early 30s, and then so on, because your girl is 43. And so when we talk about what are adult friendships, that looks like that here we are in this adult age where we have jobs, or we have businesses, we have responsibilities, we have all the different things that adults have to have when you're living on planet Earth. And we're exploring whether or not you should be pursuing adult friendships. Now, most times when we are, let's just say in our 30s, we already have a friend group, right? And that friend group could be one person, 10 people, 15, 20, however many people, right? And then we also have this opportunity where here are people in the world and we can make a decision of whether or not we are going to pursue more adult friendships. And so I wanted to just have a quick conversation about what I think when it comes to creating new friendships, how easy that they are, how challenging they can be, and what the value I find in your same group versus a new group. So my best friend, I've been best friends with her since middle school, high school. She knows pretty much everything about me. She knows all the good, she knows the not so good. And I truly, truly value that relationship, to the point to where if I know something is going to cause an issue with us, I'm not going to do it, or I will find a way for us to have a conversation around a thing in a way where it makes her feel safe and I feel safe to be able to have the conversation or whatever. So I truly, truly, truly value that friendship. Now, in addition to that relationship, I acknowledge that I need more people than her, right? That she needs more people than me. And if all we have are each other, then we're setting ourselves up for failure in some type of ways, right? And what I mean by that is that she's my closest friend. She's gonna side with me more often than not. And that doesn't mean that that's what I need to hear. It just may mean this person is siding with me. Sometimes you just need to hear an unbiased opinion. Sometimes you just need someone who is, because like we agree on a lot of things and we disagree on a lot of things. Sometimes I need people who are on the other side of a thing where we are in sync on a certain thing or whatever. But also I feel like that sometimes it's valuable to just have a plethora of people of different personalities, upbringings, and thought processes, to just be in your circle of friends. Now, do I feel like that it is valuable to go out and try to make new friends? Oh, 100%. 100%. Because it's kind of like there are so many awesome people in the world. There's so many beautiful people with beautiful experiences that can bring so much into our lives and that we can bring into their lives. I mean, it's so much, you know what I mean? Now there's also some people who will just take from you and they won't add to you, right? Some of them it's like a negative side, and some of it's just like you're just friends with them and you're just helping them and they're not necessarily helping you, but you still like them. You still find value being connected with them or being in relationship with them. And we won't get opportunities to get to know more people that we can add value to or that is mutually beneficial if we are just sticking with what we've got, right? Like I've moved around a lot, and oftentimes when I move around, the people that I used to know in a different city, I won't hear from them. Right. So like I just moved from San Diego, and 98% of the people there don't reach out to me at all. Right. And I have had that happen more times than not when I've moved from different cities, and I've had to make new friends in every city that I've moved to. And that's been very challenging of being like, okay, I just stopped that. So I'm going to have to start all over again, knowing that whatever could happen if I move or if they move or whatever, you know what I mean? And that's challenging. But what I have found is that if I do not try to make new friends, that I'm just going to be really lonely. I'm just going to be at home alone with my cats. And I'm just going to be really, really lonely and sad and isolated. And it's not good for me. It's not beneficial to me when I do that. So I have found value in trying to make new friends. I have found value in doing what I can to start meeting new people, right? So like, it's not easy though. Don't get me wrong. Like, I work from home, so it's me at home alone all the time. But when I moved here to Houston, I said, okay, I want to move into a community where they do a lot of events and people attend everything, because that's going to help me to meet people, to connect with people. One, then I got to go to the events. Then I got to talk to people. Then I was like, well, I wonder if they have a building group chat. I said, okay, now go and join the group chat and talk in the group chat. And then I was just like, I got to find some other things. So then I went to like Eventbrite and meetup.com looking for events where people are just getting together. And I'm like, okay, I got to be brave and go and do things that I just would not normally do, right? And go and meet people. And I've been doing that. Then I recently have been talking on TikTok, on my new account on TikTok. And there's all these people who've been saying they want to connect. And I've just been so afraid, and for good reason. I don't know these people. That I just see them on the internet. They see me on the internet and I'm like, I don't know these people. And I find myself being like, oh man, like, I don't really know if this is something I should do or not. And I just kind of was saying to myself, okay, like, there is value in building friendships. There's value in meeting people. Yeah, I might meet people that I would not want to be friends with, but I might meet people that I do want to be friends with. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to tell you right now. So like what I decided to do, somebody on TikTok told me, they said, go ahead and create a sign up for people. They can sign up to come to an event. And I said, okay, I'll do that. And so I created a thing here and let people fill out a form. Now, I checked this at like 5:00 yesterday. It was like 32 people. As of right now, we're at 100 responses. 100 people saw me on TikTok and said, I want to connect. And I am sitting here like I hadn't seen this until I recorded this. 100 people. I wonder if it's more than 100 people, but it is like, it's limited us to 100 people. I don't even know. I've got to figure out what's going on there. But my point in saying that is that there is such value in adult friendships, in meeting new people, connecting with new people, sharing your experiences, them sharing their experience. There's so much value in that. And I think that that's what God would want us to do. I think that God would want us to be not just in community in church, but in community in terms of just people in general. Because when I think about the Bible, it talks about being salt of the earth, light, salt of the earth, light of the world. You can't be salty or light unless you're in places with people, right? He doesn't want you just being salty or light in church. He wants you to be that with people, right? And we will be salt and light to others, and others will be that to us, but they can't be that to us, and we can't be that to them if we're not connecting with people. Now, can it be challenging to develop friendships? Yeah, because the older you get, the more life experience you have, the more good and not so good you've had, the more you may be set in your ways, the more fears or anxieties potentially that you have. And so there's all that, the complicated life that we have, not to mention we have work, we have kids, you have partners, all this stuff once you're an adult. But do I think that it is valuable to try? Yeah, absolutely. I think it's valuable to try to be intentional with trying to make friends. Um, like right now, me seeing 100 people wanting to meet me makes me feel like I feel a little nervous, but I also feel like it makes me feel loved seeing that. It makes me feel kind of adored seeing that. It makes me feel excited at the thought that people would want to connect and I could make friends, you know? And so I wanted to just say that God doesn't want you isolated. He doesn't want you by yourself. He doesn't want you just sticking to what you've already always had. He wants you to give people an opportunity. He wants you to give yourself to others, and he wants you to open up for others to be able to give into your life. Okay? So, obviously if you're in Houston, we would love to connect. Reach out to me. I can get you on the list with 100 other people who want to come to hang out or whatever. I can get you on that list, you know. Otherwise, let me know what you think in the comments. Ask me any questions. Tell me the thoughts, fears you have, what you're doing to make friends, and I'll see you on the next time.